Bye, guys, welcome back. It's me, your boy Hebot, video game and action figure enthusiast and extraordinaire. Welcome, guys, boys and girls, my fellow followers, friends. You know who you are, the ones that always show me great love and support. This is another episode of Toys in My Closet. So today we're going to take a close look at the newest wave that was released just recently for the Borderlands Collector Series line from Mcfarline Toys. Now, Borderlands 3 is around the corner, so there's a lot of hype going on with the Borderlands fans in the Borderlands community, and rightfully so, because they waited for the game for a very long time. So the wait is almost over, so I figured, being it's an appropriate time, being that it will coincide together. I'm not personally a Borderlands fan. My son completely loves and adores the series, so I have to respect his feelings. But as a figure and action figure enthusiast, I love collecting good figures or figures that look cool for any type of toy property that has to do with video games and anything that I prefer personally, like you guys know, Motu. So I think it's an appropriate thing to do in my channel because I'm a video game channel first and foremost. Here we go, guys, the brand new series. We have Tiny Tina, and obviously a lot older and teenage look, and then we have Lilith. And as you see on the top, and you'll notice the packaging for these are different. These are, here we go with the packaging. These are for the newer Borderlands 3, and these are for Borderlands, I believe, the part 2, but they were just labeled Borderlands. Lilith is from, I believe, Borderlands 2, according to what my son told me. And as you guys know, I've collected the Borderlands figures for quite some time, and I've, was looking forward to checking these out from Mcfarline because he's doing the new articulation. Now, the bad news is I believe that these figures were actually produced and made before Mcfarline changed into the 22 points of articulation, point of creating his characters, his figure lines. He actually migrated to that recently, and I think these were supposed to be out last year, but because Borderlands was pushed back probably a little bit further out, they pushed them to release them now. So the figures do not have, I repeat, do not have the Borderlands, they don't have the 22 points of articulation that we've seen in the newer figures that we're getting with Fortnite, and that we got so far with Samatsu, from which is One Punch Man, and also from Naruto. So that is very disappointing, but they still look great. They still have decent articulation, and they look beautiful as far as the sculpting and the level of detail and attention and love that they were given. But they do have that plastic that feels more like a wax statue, or a statue of sort. So let's dive in. I took out my man Psycho first because, as you guys know, I have different types of Psychos. And as you see here, this Psycho, which I think they're called Psycho Mantis, is the version from Borderlands 3. He seems to me to be a little bit smaller in size and scale, or slender, or skinnier, I guess. But overall, he looks still pretty cool. His color tone is a lot more toned down. As you see, he has splotches that's supposed to look like blood splatter. Little lines drawn in everywhere to give it that cel-shaded style and aesthetic that the games represent, with a realistic look as well. And he looks pretty cool, as you can see. This is the back part of him, as you can see there, and his face coat is done really well, really nicely painted, pretty clean paint job for the most part. with weathering shading of black, like, you know, dust and gases around the mask. The orange is painted really well. The lines are really nice. The blue in the eyes with the glowing mask. All the straps of leather and tape around their, you know, the bicep, the forearm, the gray, and the not brass knuckles. This looks to be a little bit wilted, or, you know, out of place. You probably got to heat that up. And then he comes with his classic weapon, as you see here, with shades of darker blood on it, because it's supposed to give you the illusion that it's on the you know, on the metal, on the gunmetal look of the. It's like a hacksaw axe, I guess. And then over here is the same thing. He has a spike coming out also out of the forearm on the wrist area, as well as his fist area. Then you see the buckle there, really nicely detailed, with the strap look of the leather brown belt, with the chains coming across, painted in gray with black feathering, with these grenades in the back with the gray and black, painted really nice with weathering in it as well, like they're dirty and in combat. The pockets in the back and the buttocks area, with the pants that he wears, or the orange slacks. And you have obviously the kneecap protectors. Then he has this strap here that's supposed to give you the illusion of the sheath holding the blade, and it's really a peg that you plug in like so. Boom, boom. Here you go. You push it in as much as possible, and it looks almost perfectly strapped on there. Unfortunately, the sword does not come out of the sheath, or the blade, actually, the sword or the knife, which sucks, but it's cool looking either way. And then the pants, the seams have all these attention to detail on it in the crotch area. And then obviously the bell bottoms, rocking the bells. And this happens a lot with the older Mcfarline figures. They have small pegs, so they tend to pop out here and there in certain areas. And if you notice, that crate does not match those boots. And I think that's by design. I think it is like that. It's accurate. I don't think the boot's supposed to match the inside of the pants. It's two different shades of gray. You see how nicely scoped it? Oh boy, it is. And that happened. Yeah, that just happened, of course. And then we look at the other side, as you see there, with the black shoe rubberized, you know, bottoms. This one's a lot more, you know, hard, but it comes off as well, as you see. Look, you know, small pegs they used, which is terrible. I'm glad that they're changing all that. It barely moves, but it moves. It's there. So give me a sec, and we'll look at the articulation in just a quick second. Okay, guys. So taking a closer look at his articulation. His head goes left, right. It does tilt quite good that way and that way. Really nice. It goes back just that much, barely any, and then it goes forward and looks down that much, really quick. He has this torso, you know, cut here, but it doesn't have really good range of movement because it's too hard and too close together. And this part right here feels solid, like a piece of big wax. You know, I don't like the texture of this. The hands go up just all the way this much. Just the first they go up. They go 180 degrees. He has a bicep swivel. He has a single joint there that I think goes up barely 90, and then he has the rotation, and I think he has, it goes in and out. And this side, let me see. Yep, it's in and out also. It's not, you know, up or down. And then, you know, for the, he has a waist swivel, and the split is really well done because of the way it's cut, but because of that you get no swivel on the top or any cuts of any sort up there for any swivel. Now the knee is a single cut as well that barely goes up, but it has a swivel in it to help with posability. And then, like I showed you guys already, which this one is really bad. I'm contemplating just taking it back and getting another one because it's really bothering me. It just moves a little bit this way, barely any rock, and just left and right that way, and that's it. No rocker, no front and back. You can't do any front or back, just very little, very little. And this one you barely have anything whatsoever, so you can go maybe up a little bit. It's just a tad bit of movement. So that's pretty much all you get with him. So as far as articulation, it's not great. It's definitely dated, and it's good that you can see from this how different with the new Mcfarline figures are, based off, you know, the fact that, you know, he's doing more articulation now with the toy lines that he's doing, like the upcoming Mortal Kombat, and obviously the DC that everybody's clamoring about and excited for. So real quick, just as a point of reference, I'll keep this back here, and I'll bring in the family of Psychos. Okay, family of Psychos for boom, that is available in the market and that I have in my possession as far as the Borderlands collection. There is the family of Psychos so far. I think this is Craig. He has more of a deeper orange. And this here is actually, if I'm not mistaken, not a Mcfarline one. I think this was a NECA one, if I'm not mistaken, for contrast and compare. And you see that it does have differences. And this was from Borderlands 1. Very nice color work and sculpting. A lot similar, very similar rather, to the one that they're doing now. The way they're highlighting and painting their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The boots are completely different, as you can see. So they all vary. They're all different. You know, straps here with you know, band-aid, and you know, it looks like the gloves, everything. The weapons is very similar, but either painted or also in a more realistic monotone kind of color, as you can see there. So this is the family of Psychos that I own for and have in my Borderlands collection. And real quick, just to let you guys know, because I didn't say it, the other accessory comes with is the traditional you know, stand that it comes with that says Borderlands. Kind of cheap, but nice that it was thrown in there for display value, because sometimes they don't stand well, and that does definitely help. So what I'll do now is I'll take a quick pause and we'll dive in really fast and look at the other two figures, like Lilith and Tiny Tina. So stay there and don't go anywhere. Be right back. Okay guys, and here we are. We have Lilith out of packaging, and I gotta tell you guys, she looks great. She really does, but damn, the quality on her is horrendous. I don't know why, or if these were shelved for a while and just put in storage and then distributed out now, but Jesus Christ, she completely fell apart on me. Every piece on her comes off. I hope it doesn't do it while I show you her, but if it does, you'll see what I mean. So here's the packaging a little bit up close. As you see, Borderlands on the top, right? And then in the bottom it says, obviously, you know, Lilith, right? Right there. And then Borderlands on the side, right? and a nice image of her, which looks nothing like her. Nothing like this promotional shot. Nothing. Absolutely nothing like this promotional shot. And, you know, of her is really nice. This is bad, dude. This was why people got mad at Mcfarline for a lot of his stuff. Because the sculpt work and obvious detail, level of detail in the figures were great, but when it comes to the actual figures themselves, oh my geez, they had a lot problems with quality. So I'm just gonna take her off the base that she comes with and bring her up close, and you're gonna see right away. Look. Now, I'm not saying that the face sculpt is 100% horrible, but she looks like she's a ghost. I don't know if that's her color in the game, but if you look at the back of the packaging, hello, really? I don't like criticizing stuff, especially because, you know, like I said, I appreciate stuff based off the type of price point and what it is. But this figure doesn't represent nothing of what it was in the back. And she looks pale, like she was almost dead. You know, she has really nice coloring on her. Really nicely done paint work on the shirt. The tattoo work and lines are really well done. Kind of a grayish sheen to them too, as you see. I don't know if their lines are kind of not clean, out of place, but I think that's deliberate. And then we have the vest with the one-sided collar with the, you know, brown material. Then we have here the you know, what would be the it's like a red elastic strap on her elbow and bicep area. The black gloves, the gauntlet on this side with the burgundy outline. Then her hair is nicely colored with some white tips or silver with the red. Details look really cool. Little black wash. Line work is nice around the eyes with a little bit of green or hazel. Eyebrows with the gray top of the makeup and burgundy lipstick and a little bit of, I guess, mascara, pinkish. Then we go down to her sash area here around her waist, or a ripped shirt or ripped pants that she had. This is like a mustard yellow with some blacks and browns for dirt and the illusion. The black pouches there looks really nicely detailed. Then here in the back she has a big hole for this piece to hold, that holds the leg. Doesn't look good though at all. Strap here, it's supposed to hold, I guess, some stuff that she made. Put there. There's a rip in the pants, but it doesn't look like a rip. It looks painted. It doesn't have that protruding, popped up look. Like these are pants and this is her skin, so that you can see the definition between the both. So it just looks painted there. But there's supposed to be the inside of her leg, the knee, you know, the knee cover for her knee to protect it. Right straps there, you know, the boots and black straps there of leather. and then the gauntlet shin metal plate that protects her, and then on this side she just has the black with the protecting, and then and the black strap, no red strap, and then those are the bottom and side look of the boots, as you can see there. So as far as her accessory goes, she brings this gun here, painted in blues, yellows with white and some orange. Looks kind of cool, but also looks sloppy at the black area here. It should be the stock. That's the scope. Inside of the trigger handle black in the front. Paint job looks kind of sloppy, can't lie. Has a matte finish look, and it feels like, you know, like I said, like a statue instead of a figure, with that material that Mcfarline uses. So as far as the head goes, for articulation, it goes that much up, that much down, left and right. Then it has tilt, which is cool that way. Tilt that much that way. Then here in the torso area, she has the torso cut that goes around. It's decent range, and look, as soon as I did that, this popped off. That's one of the things right there that popped off. So you push that in. This has a swivel, but because it's on the skin part, the cut, you can clearly see it, so it doesn't look really cool. Hand goes up just this much, not much. As you can see, it rotates, you know, the 180 degrees. She has a single joint, but it goes up really far up. It looks almost like a double joint. She has a swivel in the elbows, just like I think Psycho had, and I didn't point that out. The hand goes in and out with a tilt, you know, all the way around. Ball joint, or you can change the ball joint and it goes up and down. And then on this side, the same thing. She does have the 180 degrees, just to make sure. Yes. And then she has 2 trigger finger hands, but you gotta heat these up to make them soft so that you can actually fit them in her fingers without feeling like they're gonna break. Then to split her, she does this, and then that happens. You see? Yes, indeed. The split completely, as you can see there, makes the figure fall apart. Hold on. So I put it back together, so like you see, the split is not good at all because it falls apart. And then she has a, there you go. This figure is horrendous. A single in the knee, swivel in the knee part area, right? And then in the bottom, she has the boot where it's in another small peg that doesn't reach enough. So it's supposed to have rockers, which it does, but they keep falling off, as you can see. It's supposed to move forward this much, back just a little bit as well, and then, you know, left and right. This one's probably a little bit better, as you can see. It has a little rocker there and there. This one doesn't work to save its life, and look, again, the leg popped out. This is completely unacceptable for a figure that's $22.99 in GameStop and $19.99 in other areas. This is why Mcfarline toys are very highly scrutinized, that he was doing from before. So buyer beware. She has a lot of QC issues. She almost feels like a bootleg figure at this point because she keeps just falling apart. This is bad, but the way she looks, it's decent enough. I'm just telling you guys as best as I can and as honest as I can. You know, she is not good at all. I'm gonna see if I can get her exchanged or contact Mcfarline Toys myself to see if they, you know, exchange her for me or something. Here again, too. Also, you see her other side. I didn't show and pointed out. She has rips. This is supposed to be the inside, and this is the actual leather pants. But it doesn't give you the illusion like a 3D effect, like it's flushed instead of being popping out, to give you the illusion that it's the pants and that's the skin underneath. So it's more of a paint blotch there than anything. And on this side, the swivel, and then the knee. You know, she comes with the base as the other figures with the Borderlands. It's a shame. It's a shame because this could have been a really cool looking female figure, and it really is a letdown. And I'm glad that it happened while you guys were watching, so that you can see for yourself while I'm doing it live, and you don't feel like, you know, it's just me hating on the figure. For $22.99, it's unacceptable. It's bad. One thing is with having one foot, but the entire figure, no. And then there's a face sculpt, not completely being representative at all. With the promotional shot, it's just, this should have been taken back to the drawing board, melted back down, and recasted, redone with the new materials and the new points of articulation. Mcfarline, I hope you never do this again, because people love your brand and love what you do because they respect it, and the level of your brand is always supposed to have a high level of quality. And right now, with this figure, knowing that it was one of the older ones, it's just really, really bad. So we'll go into the last figure, which is Tiny Tina, and we'll see how she fares out. So give me a sec, guys. Yeah, guys, hey, I'm back, and I have Tiny Tina in front of me, out of box. Very bad experience with the Lilith figure, and so far with Tiny Tina is not as bad, but there's still some issues there. So we're going to jump right in and right to it and take a quick and closer look at her. First and foremost, Tiny Tina, out of the three, she seems to be the coolest looking fig. She is smaller. She is supposed to be an older interpretation of herself in this game. This is kind of a spoiler of how she looks as well. But in a way, her face almost looks like she's old, even though she's just supposed to be older. It's supposed to be like maybe in her 20s, maybe 30s. But with the bags, I guess maybe because where they live in a post-apocalyptic world, maybe malnutrition, not enough medicine, and things of that nature. She's not supposed to look as young, I guess. She looks almost like she was 60. To be honest, in the way she's sculpted, I don't know why, but she does. Nonetheless, the sculpting is really, really nicely done. It's really nicely done, as you see there. I have it, as you can see, you see what I'm saying? She looks really, really old, with a lot of bags on, like she hasn't slept. Nice pink lipstick, blue eyes. She has a little paw print there, or tattoo. Pink highlights on her blonde hair. Her strap with this piece in the front, leather strap that goes around her head. Ponytail here, which really bad. Splotches of paint that went over. I don't know if that was deliberate. I don't think so. Sculpting is good. Her sculpt is really cool. She has a lot going on, you know. She has a metal plate in the front, like a soldier, almost like the plate for the Gears of War characters. This spike shoulder piece with with this thing here. It looks like, I can't really notice what it is, but it looks like a happy face with the little bunny. I guess it's supposed to be her with the spikes inside. It almost looks like those landmines that used to go under the water, like a piece of it, and she used it as a plate. A nice plate on this side with a tattoo also on this side of in pink of a heart. She has all this detailing here, and it says there, let's see if we can take a look at it. See if it'll focus for me. See if it'll focus. Oh my god, it doesn't want to focus. Sorry guys. It says, I can't tell what it says. Rolabi or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, really nice. She has that nice artwork here of a skull with a B for bomb and explosion. Really nice details here on her waist shirt. I don't know if it's a vest, bulletproof. The undershirt is white with withering on it, and you know, paint's like it's dirty. Some line work on the top. I don't know. It looks sloppy. I don't know what it is. This looks to be like the borderline of the piece of her shirt. The edges. She has a tattoo there, I think, on her neck. Or a band-aid of sort. Sorry. Then you can see here in the corner, her coming out of her shoulders, the shirt with the pink paint here. Then her wrist gauntlet is this big piece here with these big, huge grenade launcher bombs, I guess, or grenade launcher bombs. Painted in pink and orange, looking weathered and dirty. The leather strap, that with leather straps. That's another artwork of, like, I think it's of a creature. I'm not really sure. Oh my gosh. Phones everywhere. Then her wrist gauntlet there of a teddy bear kind of looking watch. Or if not a watch, it's definitely a compass. Right there with the gloves. With the fingertips coming out on both ends. Skin showing there. And we have our belt, looking also painted pretty sloppy, but it's not that bad in person. But when you highlight it up close, it looks bad, unless it's supposed to be scuffed and scratched like that. The pants, detail like that, very nice amount of detail, weathering, dry brushing of blacks on it in the crotch area. Some leather straps, like they look like they sewed them on to close a hole in the pants. Some leather straps that are sewed on to the pants here and the knees. Folded up. Her pants are folded up on one side, showing her legs. They go down in this side with her pink, her pink socks with this bandana tied around it in like a beige brown. This gauntlet here on her shin and ankle area with spikes with the gray straps, and what looks to be convert like sneakers with this artwork drawn on it. What looks to be the laces hanging with black lines, dirty, withered with the rubber white. And on this side she just has the sock. She has the tongue coming up, and they're different shoes with the rainbow coming out of the wing with these plates in the front, and then in the tip this spike which she could use, I guess, to kick people in the nads with the brown heels. So she has a lot going on, a lot of detail, a lot of things going on, which is really cool, and I guess it's really hard for her to paint. And then we go to the back. This backpack is actually a separate piece, and I didn't know how you're going to put it on because the strap's really short, and this here, and her head doesn't pop off, so I figured it out as you pop out the hands on each side, and you can put it on. But I'll get to that in a second. The backpack looks really cool with the gray touches, highlights, with the symbol of the skeleton, like a bomb, with the B, and with the effect like it's exploding like a bomb. Boom, strap, patch in there, KA for, I guess, killer. Another bomb emoji with lighting up. A pink detail there with a little bunny rabbit drawn there like a kindergartner. Looking crazy. The straps, the gray straps there. Dynamite on the side with a patch there too. All in red with the orange with a drawn in bunny rabbit that says TT in it too. It looks like a bunny rabbit drawn with crayons. And that's about it. See, so she has a lot everywhere. She has a lot of detail everywhere. I think that's one of the reasons why the paint job looks sloppy. Because it's deliberate to make it look like in a post-apocalyptic time. And as you see, look, this is one of the defaults she has. Her hand, her arm on this side continues to pop out on me. So she has some QC issues there. You can barely move it, but it pops back in. The time is probably going to get worse, so hopefully I can figure out a way to get rid of that and fix it. So yeah, that's how she looks. And then these pop out to put the backpack, like I said, but the problem is to put these hands back in was an absolute nightmare. It was really hard. So once you do it, I'm pretty sure if you pick this figure up, you're not going to want to do it anymore because it's going to really be hard to get it back on there. Then she brings a slew of accessories, starting with obviously the base, traditional base so far, with the Borderlands. Then she also has the little teddy bear looking crazy toy I guess she had when she was little. Then she has a mask that looks like a crazy bunny rabbit mad scientist with the ears. Painted really cool, really nice too. This is actually really cool looking. Then she has the bunny rabbit ears by themselves. That looks like a visor. Shoe tab in with this there. And then she has a gun that, for me, I think it's supposed to continue in the same style and aesthetics as her sneaker, the pink one. Orange, blacks, little dots of metallic orange, the gray, silvers there, pink, gray outline on the scope, the drawing of boom with the bomb skull face and the effects of lightning coming out, and also on this side as well, with little soft touches of light pink as well with the darker pink. Looks really cool, the gun, and it's sculpted really cool. Just the paintwork is not clean. It's not as bad in person, but it's not clean when you look at it. And so we'll take a look at her articulation. It's limited, but it's there. Her head goes up that much, down that much rather. It goes in a circle. It tilts left and right. And then obviously you can turn it left and right. Well, the head range not too bad. The shoulder, even though it has this part here and then the leather strap, it goes up just that much. And then you go like that. Turns 180 degrees, and her arm is single. It goes up that much. Then the hand is turns, but then it has the left and right. Now on this side, the hand goes up, up, and down. Because I told you the ball pegs, and there goes the arm. Came off again. I gotta have to put something on there to hold it. It's not broken or stripped, it's just not holding enough. Then here, and this, you can actually bring it up, even though this is big and protrude. It actually does go up, just like the other side. And you can actually turn it, even with the backpack strap. It doesn't really hinder it. It gives you a good, decent range for what it is. Then when you have the arm in on this side, which I hope doesn't break on me because it keeps coming off while I'm doing this review instead of cooperating, you gotta slightly move up that way, and then it slightly goes down that way, and then you can bring it down. So the range is there. Then on the torso area, she has the, movement. Not all the range, but it moves well enough. She goes up just a little bit, side to side, a little bit. Then she does have a waist swivel. And then on the leg area, she does the split. No swivel there or here in the bicep. Come down to the knee. It's a single. Goes up this much. You can swivel it there, and then she has the swivel from the boots, what looks to be the boots. It goes up that much, down just that much, and then it does have a tilt here, slightly tilt there and there. Same thing on this side, there and there, and then it goes up that much and back that much. Same thing, single, like so, and then swivel. So that's, and her arm fell off again. Jesus Christmas. So that's what she has to offer. The quality control in these figures are completely terrible, and that's what leads me to believe that these figures were done a while back. He shelved them, put them in storage to coincide with the release of the game, and didn't bring them out earlier, and was using the old material and obviously articulation scheme that he was using. So I'm gonna put on her accessories and I'll take a quick look at her. Give me one sec. So here we have her with all the accessories, and again, she looks really cool, really nice, but too many QC problems. This piece with the bunny rabbit ears keeps falling off. The gun here, the holster for the gun is too fat for her hand, and the hand is not sculpted, I guess, round enough where it keeps falling off from her hand, but it holds. And then she has this piece here where you put in the bunny rabbit on the side. She looks really cool aesthetically and as far as her design, but just remember that if you get her, she's going to be more of a display piece than it is to even pose her, more dynamic, and to make more cooler scenes with her. It's just basically you'll leave her there. Maybe you won't touch her ever again. But, it is what it is. And if you want to see what she looks like with the other one, it's more like a mask. There she go. Still looks cool. See? There you go. That's just, I think she looks cool either way. I like this bunny rabbit one here. I think it's funny. It fits her personality and character, I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure. So there she goes. People's Tiny Tina Mcfarline Toys, the new figure from the new wave of Borderlands 3. And real quick, just for reference, I'll bring in the one that was released before with a totally different stand. This was her when she was younger, Tiny Tina. Obviously in a younger form, looking crazy with her axe, keeping the pink and rocking out the bunny rabbit motif, as you guys can see. And staying in the tree. And this face obviously actually looks more like the face Lilith was supposed to have, or close to it, with the pink and stuff. And her axe that she used to have. So I guess she changed her weapons of choice now. But pretty cool that they kept the same color scheme for the characters. So guys, there you have it. The Borderlands 3 complete wave I'll put these up here just for point of reference again. Here is the Psycho and the absolutely terrible piece of dog caca, sorry, Lilith figure, and there's the three of them with a, you know, what you call it, portrait shot. I hope you guys have more luck than I did. I hope this is just an issue that is with the ones I have, but more than likely probably won't. It will be maybe not as severe for others, but this is something that happened with a lot of Mcfarline toys for many years, and that's why people were nervous about finding out that he was doing the DC stuff, because they know the type of quality a lot of his, you know, figures and toys bring, and they're not really as good. They look better more as sculpted and painted. The representation, they look great, but they look more like something that should be a statue as opposed as a figure, and not something that's actiony and dynamic. Leave a like, leave a dislike, thumbs. Like I said, leave a like, leave a dislike. You know, it's actually a thumbs up, thumbs down. You know how it is. And let me guys know what you think of my review of these figures. Forgive me if I seem to be so negative on them. As you saw right in front, while I did it, it wasn't my intention. They just really have a lot of bad QC issues. And it's a warning that you guys should know if you go out and buy them, because, again, for $22.99 in GameStop or $19.99 in other outlets like a Walmart or Target, it's unacceptable, because money don't grow on trees, and the consumers have every right to get their bang for their buck with what they're paying. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. Let me know what you think in the comments, like I said. And like always, if you ever want to help me out, you guys know what to do. Love you very much. Big shout outs to the fig community and the gaming community. Bye bye. See you on the next one.